All right, how do we find the volume when you have a shape like this? Up until now, we've been looking at shapes that basically look like this. But what about when it's not equal all the way across? It's not a perfect cube or a perfect prism. What do we do? Well, what we do is we take it apart. So let me show you what that means. This part is easy. If I'm looking at this bottom part of this shape, this bottom rectangular part, I'm going to take this away. Length times width times height, 8 times 4 times 2. That part's easy. So I could do 8 times 4 times 2, and that equals 64. Okay? I'm not done. Now I want to figure out this part up here. So I'm going to take away the base, and now I have to figure out what I know. Well, what I know is that the length is 2. That part's easy. The height, the whole thing is 5. I know this part is, the height is 2. So if I do 5 take away 2, I know that this part is actually 3 inches. So the height would be 3. So you following me so far? The length is 2. The height, well, they said the whole thing is 5 inches, and I subtracted that by 2 because I know this part is 2 inches tall. So if I do 5 take away 2, it equals 3. So this is 3 inches tall. So far, I have the length and the height. Well, what about the width? How deep is this? Again, that's information we already know because it's the same width as the shape down here, so it's 4. So now I have 2 times 3 times 4, and that equals 24. I'm almost done, but let's recap what we just did. The first thing we did was found out the length times width times height of this bottom shape. And that was easy because all the information was already there. Then we want to figure out the length times height times width of the other shape. And we were only given some information. We know the length was 2 inches. We know the entire height is 5 inches. But if I want to know just this part, I do 5 take away 2 inches. That gives me 3. That means this part right here is 3 inches tall. How deep is it, or how wide is it? Well, it's the same width as the one down here, so 4. So it's 2 times 3 times 4. So I got both of those together. So now I'm going to add it together. 64 plus 24. Essentially, I'm adding both of the shapes. And it is inches cubed. And that's how you figure out a shape that is a little bit odd than what we've been looking at.